Log into gyroscopeme.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
GS Radio, the best internet radio station worldwide. Providing the best in music and talk shows. Go to www.gsradionj.com and check out the best internet station in the world. You're listening to GS Radio Internet Radio Station powered by GMG, LLC.
In the beginning, there was Jack. And Jack had a groove, and after a while, a deep sleep fell upon him, and he went looking for a new groove. He began looking for a new nation, and it had to be a soulful nation. And he found it, and it was Soulful House Nation. And he saw a building. It was a tall building. It had 10 stories, and he entered the building and got on the elevator and pushed the 10th floor, but it stopped on the 8th floor. And that's where he found his new groove. And he began to jack and jack and jack and jack. And he knew that this was it. It was Soulful House Nation on the 8th floor. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I am DJ Dan, Soulful House Station, coming to you live from the 8th floor. And wow, we got another great show today. Hey, listen, just a quick recap. We're going to play the hottest song. Actually, going to do a quick overview. The hottest song, according to Traxsource in the Soulful House category. We're also, too, going to talk about some stuff that's coming, some stuff that went down. We got a classic in line, and then we have our special interview with special guest MIJAN. She actually goes back to the 90s, and many of you remember her from her big hit, All Right. Well, she's done a lot of other stuff since then, and she's got new music. She just was #1 on Traxsource. But anyway, we're going to have that little conversation with her in a little bit. But first, we're going to go back and check out last week's show. We had DJ Exotic. DJ Exotic was in the house last Monday. We're going to see DJ Exotic this weekend. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the #1 song according to Traxsource in the Soulful House category. And it's by, hey, Hour. I like to say Hour because he's local. We've had an interview with him. He's putting out like crazy hits. And the name of it is called, it's Mark Lewis. He's #1. It's called Forever. Chuck, will you play a snippet of it? Because you know, Facebook this nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. So, Chuck, play a little bit. It's called Forever. happened? All right. So, in the meantime, what we're going to do till we get that going, just want to give you some stuff that happened this weekend and some stuff that's going on here, and give it to you live from the 8th floor. First, hey, just want to give a big congratulations to Tamir and the Family Soul for pulling off that event in Linden, their 8th annual White. I saw the videos from it. They did a great job. And you know what was crazy about it? In the morning, it looked like all might have been lost because the weather was so bad. But they persevered, and a lot of people came out, and it was a great event. You could see it. I saw the videos on it. I was not in attendance, but I got to tell you, I saw the videos, and hey, congratulations to Tamir and the Family Soul and his crew. So I think they deserve some hearts there. Great job with the White. Then also to that same night, on June 24th, Mark Francis and Tony Humphreys were there. They did their thing down in Newark, the Public Housing Authority. So I already need to tell you, when you're talking Mark Francis, you're already winning. And then you're putting Tony Humphreys there together, forget about it. That combination was crazy. Okay, now, a few more things are happening. July 1st, the soap opera series, I call it the SOS, because they're going to use some help down there. It's going to be in Baltimore. DJ Exotic is putting on the soap opera series, and at that event, I'm going to get an opportunity to play, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be DJ Exotic, Tommy Davis, DJ Dan, who was me, and DJ Charlie Crush. Now, I need to tell you, they've been talking a lot of slick talk down in Baltimore, which is why I want to go down there and it puts some serious heat on them. So the next post you see, well, they'll be praising Jersey instead of talking slick talk. So, DJ Exotic, I got you. Tommy Davis, I got you. Charlie Crush, I got you. All right, we're going to go down there. We're going to get in there. We're going to have some fun. We're going to kill it. And it's going to be a great time to be had by all. We'll probably go live with it, at least as long as Facebook will allow. Maybe we'll go on Twitch too, and we're going to just have some fun. So it'll be a great evening for everybody. Also, too, this past Saturday, I saw that they had the boat ride, which Quantum, that was a good look also. Then, July 7th, Tony Touch's boat ride. I'll be on that boat ride, and I know Mark Francis is going to be DJing, and it's going to be a really good look. I'm super excited about that. Woo. Okay. Then, on the same night, hopefully don't get rained out, Omar Abdallah is going to be doing at Raymond Boulevard and Madison Street, Newark, is going to have an event. It was at the riverfront, but they have moved it, and so I want you to definitely, if you are in town, go check that out. Omar delivers. Also, the Deep House magazine with Mickey Affleck on the front cover came out. Go and buy that. It's really our first Soulful House magazine. When you look at it, there's been individual articles on individual people, but never a magazine dedicated to our community. So George Aiken is the head of that. I'm asking everybody to support. Mickey Affleck is on the cover. And also, too, if you did not get some of the back issues, go back and get some of the back issues. We've had a lot of great talent. Got a lot of great talent on these magazines. So, hey, come out and support. It's very important that you support. Next, July 14th, the Newark Public Library, where Hippie Terralis and Deuce Martinez are going to bring in some pioneers from this whole disco era. If you want to go back to South Soul and some of the old mixes from back in the day, you will see these names. Here they are. Tom Moulton, Alex Rosner, and Ray Caviano. You will see those names. So they are going to be live and in person at the Newark Museum, the Newark Public Library. I'm sorry, I said museum. Newark Public Library. So that's going to be another good event, and especially too, a lot of people know about the present, but they don't know how these things came into play. So that's a good event to attend. So do that. Then, of course, by the way, share. If you haven't shared this, please share it. Share it to your groups. Share this conversation with your and just in your regular feed, etc. July 8th, Juanenco Park. As you know, the 8th annual Roselle House Music Festival. That straight up fire. That, as you know, is going to be in Roselle, and I'm asking everybody to come out to that event also. Then you have July 14th. Oh, I said that. July 22nd, MIJAN Owens, who we're interviewing today, is going to be with Eddie Nicholas. They're going to perform there. July 30th, Rock Anthony starts the Tea Party again. It's going to be in New Brunswick. Lineups will be announced. There's a lot of stuff going on. Hey, also, too, there's going to be more events. Like I say, if you have events, hit us up and let us know, and we will make sure we say it. Hey, two people I want to announce birthdays. Tariq Brody just had a birthday, and also DJ Exotic. So, hey, all that is going to be good. Okay, so that's all good. All right. So those are some things going. Hey, Chuck, you want to play the old school song of the week? Are you ready? It's called Remember This Music in the Bush. And as usual, we only play a snippet of it because, Facebook has this nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. Chuck, are you ready? Okay. Get ready. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Dan, Soulful House Nation, coming to you live from the 8th floor. As you know, we have a very special guest coming on, and also, too, we only play a snippet because Facebook has this nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. Hey, I also want you to know that you can also watch us live on the website. You can watch us live on Vimeo. You can watch us live on YouTube. You can watch us live on Twitch. We're in a lot of places. For those of you who are catching us on the show on Facebook, this is just one of the places where you can see it. Hey, just want to give some shout outs. Mitch McCrae. Hey, listen, Mitch McCrae asked, are these dates listed in the Soulful House Facebook group? It is, but it isn't. I'm glad you brought that up because the way we've been doing it is we've just been kind of sharing it and posting it to it. So maybe now that you said that, maybe we ought to just make just a special column, a special something just for that. Thanks, Mitch. Tony Gray, what's up? Joy, how you doing? Hey, Julia, what's up? All right, so here's some of the people on here. So listen, we have a special interview. I want to give A big thanks to Eddie Nicholas, who, by the way, many of you know, was my first ever interview on Soulful House Nation. And he introduced me to this young lady by the name of MIJAN Owens. And, you know, she had a big song back in the 90s. She had quite a few songs, but she had one of her big songs back in the 90s was All Right. Sort of like, I'm going to say an inspirational type song. So we sat down with her this weekend, and we had a nice conversation. So I want you to check it out. Chuck, are you ready? He is ready, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go with our interview here.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I am DJ Dan Soulful House Nation, coming to you live from the 8th floor. We are here with a very, very special interview, and I want to thank my buddy. As a matter of fact, the first person I ever did an interview with, when people were walking around talking about Dan who? Eddie Nicholas, who introduced me to MIJAN. So Eddie, thank you for that. MIJAN, pleasure to meet you. Well, listen, let's get started off with the easy stuff. You know, tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, wow. Well, really, born and raised, Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
And yeah, I was introduced to the gospel singing as a kid. You know how we grow up in church. We founded Gospel House Dance Music back in, 1996. My record, I am known for my classic single, All Right. Before recording that, before I got by 95 North, I was introduced to 95 North by Sam the Man Burns. Part, you know, he's not with us today. So yeah, I've been singing gospel house dance music for years, classically trained and everything else. I did acting, did a lot of acting. I won on the Apollo 3 times back. So yeah, I've done television work, modeling. Yeah.
Wow. Now, how about early music influences? And when did you know that you could sing? And what style? I guess well, unpack the question. So like, who were some of your early music influences? Let's start there.
Oh, wow. I would say Prince.
Okay.
Definitely Patti LaBelle.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I lived for like the Funkadelics.
Okay.
I was when I was in high school.
Not too long ago. How about that?
Well, I really I was really into the punk rock stage
Really?
at that. Oh yeah, I was like the first black rock. I graduated out of Martin Luther King High School.
Wow, that's really okay. Sid Vicious and those guys, huh?
Yeah. Oh, that's why I really fell into Patti LaBelle, because of her vocals were so powerful. And I was really into like vibrating people's hearts and the planet into heat. I'm still into. And the Delics, and for their dress fair, how they just came upon, and they wasn't ashamed. They didn't have no fear. They was like, you know, are, you know, and so I love it.
Wow. Well, when did you know that you could sing, and what style of music did you sing like in the early days, say maybe even pre-house? Yeah. Right.
I knew I could sing when I was singing at my church. I don't know if you heard of the Church of the Open Door, which is in Fayette.
Okay.
In Projects, right? Brooklyn, New York. If I don't know if I was around 10 years old, I was in a children's choir. And I saw the faces of the congregation, and all the positive feedback from the churchgoers there that was saying, "Oh my God, you can sing," you know, it's something to me. And so I continued singing, being part of the choir, and I started gospel, and then And the dance house music came along when I was a teenager, you know,
Okay.
yeah, Donna Summer, Live for
Mm.
Donna Summer, Diana Ross, you know,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Mhm. Move over just a little bit because I'm not, you're not, yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay.
Just a little bit more so you're centered. Yeah. Now we're talking. All right. Now, okay. Now, how did you get into house music?
I was always a huge fan and a follower of dance house music because the music itself just really set me free.
Okay.
It was so much fun.
Mhm.
And I had loads of friends, you know, up in the projects and stuff.
Okay.
Um, and so when and the man Burns back in the day, back then, me and him, he was we was dating at that
Okay.
time. I would always go up to the store and watch the, um, so just listening to the music, and then he introduced me to 95 North Records. Um, Back then, let me see who else. Oh, the first producer who actually took me on was Arnaud Allure, who's
Okay.
actually, yeah, the founder and the owner of Allure Records. And at that time, I was in Baltimore. We performed. I actually opened up for Martha Wash back then.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Martha Wash when she was at the Paradox, when she came to the Paradox.
Mm-hmm.
And I took off from there. I recall 95 North gave me the train, all right.
Mm.
I was going through a lot of things at that time. It wasn't even written beforehand. I right off top, and that
Oh,
was it.
wow. Wow.
And I ended up hearing it on and stuff, and then I had these great reviews coming from Europe. You know,
Mm.
Europe really, I mean, and they still do to this day, embrace us Black singers, embrace the dance house music, embrace EDM.
Mm-hmm.
And was it, you know, my singing career before.
Mm. Well, now who were some of your favorite artists from back in the day, and who are some of the people that you're listening to now?
Wow. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
are you asking like music? Robert Tucker is definitely one of them, and as she is,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah, a friend of mine. I also not well, she's into dance music, but dance music, she's very Rachel Farrell.
Oh,
People
sure. Okay. So, okay.
oh, Robert Tucker. I even love Michelle Weeks. I
Mhm.
mean,
Oh, yeah. She's been putting in work for a long time. Mm-hmm.
phenomenal, phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
singer. Um, I love listening to those who rises the vibration of the planet. You know, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, um, okay, so you've been really into this house music thing and known about it from the door, and you were making tracks. So, where do you see this thing headed now in 2023?
Well, where I see it now is so deep driven. I would love to see it to be surrounded again. It focuses on not just the DJs, but us vocalists. You
Hmm.
know, us singers really bring the music out, bring it out together. There is so much messages
Hmm.
that we have to transport right to the listener.
Hmm.
I would love to see it to be right now. It's still underground dance house
Right.
when it comes to gospel dance house, right? It's funny because like a few weeks ago, I was at um I was at the Mary Mary in them church, right?
Okay.
So I asked this, I was like, oh, gospel house dance music.
Hmm.
And I say yes, right? I was
Hmm.
surprised. No, I was like, oh, okay. I says, well, your music is actually, you know, is actually remixed into dance house music.
Mm.
Pulled it up and I listened to it because Warren Campbell produces, you know, his wife or all of her music, right?
Mm-hmm.
For it to become mainstream, I like the conversation to be on how gospel house dance music is not mainstream. How do we get it on the radio? Which I am push it like out there in California on KJLH, Stevie Wonder radio. And so I see it going still into a positive phase. I see it. I see all the DJ. I said it's very DJ driven, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm blessed with my single that was single that's out now. It seems to hang on.
Mm-hmm.
It
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't expecting it.
You know, in that light, you did all right, and you didn't expect that to blow up like it blew up. Then now you do this, and this blows up. It's kind of like maybe you should just forget about it, and boom.
It's something when you have this energy, right? And it's so atmosphere. Like, you know what? I'm singing for the people. I'm singing because it is my love, and hooked on to it being, oh, I gotta be famous. Just do it for the love, and guess what?
Yeah, it happens.
Do this out of love, and you for hearts and souls, you know.
Right. Now, okay, you've been in the field since the 90s. I mean, starting with
Yes.
Way I'm Feeling, Slip and Slide. All right. Okay. Now, you're still here. And what's the secret? What's the secret sauce that people don't get and that you've mastered to be able to stay around and have sustained power and have people remember your music? What's the secret sauce? Share it with us.
The secret sauce is being you, just loving this. This staying positive, staying true you are, you know, and just giving love to all the DJs, making great relationships, you know. Burning bridges, even though you may not like, I have come up against some vampires, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But it's just staying in the will of love and staying in the will of God, the ancestors, knowing what and who you are, knowing what you're here to do on this planet. Just you know, working out. I work out every day because I understand how old I am. Doing that. Yeah. And just basically staying positive. I mean, we have the good and we have the negative, but also just that love would always cover things, you know. Love will always shine out the negativity, you know. Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry. What's your take on today's house music versus back in the day?
Wow. Today's music. Wow. That's a great
question. I need to add that because MIJAN comes from the era of dance and club. Considered house music is dance, gospel, dance. You know, house on the interim. So with that, Kate, go ahead and define what you consider your music as being, and I guess you can differentiate it from you look at
Yeah. Eddie is correct with that. With the whole era, the whole gospel is very vibrational, you know, vibrational and everything. As far as the dance house music goes, right? It breaks down into different entities like EDM, and it's still a vibrational to me. I think it's still know, how I look at it as today, again, it goes back to the, very DJ driven. The house music is still carrying on. It's still great. It's still good.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want it to be mainstream. It should be mainstream. So, it is what it is, and it's still good. It is still good. It's still yummy. The DJ, hey, the DJ's got it going on though. When they play, I was just thinking, you know what? I was reading this young man's feed on Facebook. He back then, what happened? We back then we didn't look at the DJs to play our song. The DJs knew they was we were there on the dance floor to be free, to let go of problems. Now people are going to see what? The DJs. We all stand there, we're dancing, but they're looking at it. It's not like how it was back then. We didn't have to look at the DJs, baby. We heard that song, we got our life out, we let our problems go. Whatever what was going on in the world, we danced our life away until what? 6 a.m. in the morning, huh, Eddie? They knew back then it was it. So that's the difference right now. We're looking at the DJs right now to play our favorite songs. The DJs are the stars, now. And so that's the difference, So get back to not watching them and just looking out for that song and getting our life away. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not to from them, to take days, because it's a skill and it's a talent to spin that music, But as far as the people goes, let us listening to them lyrics more. Just like how you have the rappers, listeners of those that listen to rap music, they really listen to those lyrics and they're singing them. It's different now. We're looking at the DJs and listening to what the DJ. We're not listening to somewhat repetitive, right? The beat,
and chance.
Yeah.
Hey, I have two things I just want to take a little bit of time with. And I want to come back to mainstream because I want to come back to that. But the flow has shifted to being DJs where the DJs are the stars. So, and I just have a couple of thoughts on that and how maybe that happened. And these are just like, I have no basis in science for this, just some thoughts. All right. So when originally you played in the clubs, you didn't see the DJ. The DJ was many times like up in a booth in the sky somewhere, or but just not in the center like that.
Well,
now,
on stage.
Yeah. A second thing that I think happened is that in the beginning there were not necessarily mobile DJs. So now you started getting the mobile DJs in place, and they started to replace some of the bands and the artists because people say, wait a minute, I can afford the DJ, and the DJ will play the right of music, and I can't afford the artist or the artist unless they were like, I'm going to say a wedding band just for kicks, didn't necessarily have the range. Now, okay, here's my little theory, and I'm not saying it's correct, but I'm just saying my little theory. All right. So now it becomes, oh, wait a minute, who played my event? And I say, oh, that was Billy Bob that played my event. So now, instead of checking for the artist, they start checking for the DJ.
Yes.
This again, my theory could be dead wrong, but I'm just giving you my little theory. So now people are checking for the DJ, and then the next thing you start seeing happen is now again, you start seeing a lot of DJs promote themselves. You see a lot of DJs are out in front. Of course, at one time, remember too, was MC driven, especially talking rappers. And then the DJ stuff. So this thing kind of go in a circle. Now, just to your point, like, you know, you sell out, especially talking EDM, for example, you sell out if you got David Guetta. You sell out if you have Calvin. You sell out, you got Laid Back Luke. All these guys who are, the DJ has become the star. And now too, you add that element of producing. So you put all together, and the DJ is putting that out, and then the artist, kind of gets put in the back,
right.
Not all together, but you know, certainly.
Now some of the artists are sitting in the place in the beginning, like how the DJ was, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. So I gotta say, you know, my theory could be dead wrong, but that's just my little, you know, way of thinking of it. But I think, and then I just want to just piggyback on with the mainstream thing. So if you look in the mission statement of Soulful House Nation, part of it is we want to bring this music to the public. And sometimes I have not said the word mainstream only because some people get very, very, I don't want to say defensive. I'm going to use that until I think of a better word when they hear the word, oh, wait a minute. Oh, they sold out and this and that. But I've never once heard an artist or somebody who's trying to make a living with it or getting their word out say, well, listen, I don't want my song played on the radio. Are you kidding? So anyway, the point you said that, and then the other thing about how to get it to the song. Like I have ideas, but you know, a lot of it is having people to work with to get it done. I mean, there's no reason we shouldn't have a house music station, a gospel house music station. I mean, but I think that comes down to us as a group of people who love this stuff, pressing the radio stations, pressing people who have mass media. So those are my little thoughts, and you can treat my stuff like a buffet, take what you want, leave the rest, you know. Anyway, just some thoughts. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. We do have to, if we want this to go mainstream, touch on that, is to hit the radio stations. Mm-hmm. You know, I know more of the independent stations will play dancehall music. I recall in LA, like at night, they would play dancehall music, but that was at night. It wasn't like during the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
DJ at night. So I think they would play it, you know, WBLA, right? Back in the day.
Right.
Crocker, right? Frankie Crocker.
Mm-hmm.
And get that going again, that'd be great. Like we hear gospel on Sunday playing in LA on KJLH, at dance house music. And guess what? It's going to be like the Campbells, you know, the main artist,
Kirk Franklin.
right? Kirk Franklin. If their music is, you know, up tempo, and I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't create that. No, we have a small group of us singers, you know, that does gospel house inspirational music. That should be playing if they're gonna Kirk Franklin, you know, tune. So
I agree. Well, again, I think it comes down to people like you and me and Eddie banding together and activating people and saying, hey, listen, guys, because you know what? I could tell you right now, if they say the Boogaloo is the new thing, and they get enough requests on it at the radio station, they're gonna say, "Oh boy, we're into the Boogaloo now," you know. Compared to, and I think that's, and you know, something else I realized, and a lot of people, I don't know if they know that, but I've had conversations with people who are like heavily into the industry and stuff. And one of the things I realized is that in those radio stations with those programmers, they're not really there to break music. For the most part, they're just trying to listen to see what's popular, and just mimic that because they got to sell ads and all that kind of stuff. So to bring on somebody or something new, I just really don't see them as the way we get it done more so. And that's kind of like, I'm not picking it in front of the station, but I mean, you know, letters, emails, phone calls, etc. Anyway, just some thoughts. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To take, I mean, it can happen.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Just, I mean, just got to do it.
Hey.
Do it about it.
Well, you know, when are the days when people like MIJAN and myself, we would record a song, put it in a CD format. We were actually able to go into these clubs and bars where DJs were playing, put it in,
That's right.
whether they put it in their ear for a little bit, and if they liked it, they played it. Even if they didn't like it, they would take the opportunity because the artist came and placed it in their hand. Gone of that type of relationship, because nowadays the DJ wants to hear it. They want to see how fit it in their format, which is fine. But at the same time, we are the daredevils that you in the DJ format. They will say, "Okay, let me play this. If it ain't no good, I'm gonna let you know right here and then."
Right.
Because it's hot off the press.
Right. Well, again, I mean, the way, I mean, as a DJ myself, like for example, I'm super happy. I'm gonna be playing, shameless plug, July 1st. I'm gonna be in Baltimore with DJ Exotic, Tommy Davis, DJ Charlie Crush. Now, they're gonna judge me by, did I rock the floor? Did I get the people out to dance? Did I hold that dance floor? And what was the outcome? Did people like it?
Yeah.
The challenge you have, and I don't know where the balance is, unless you have a format where hey, this is all about new music. Get ready for another shameless plug. The Shazam Free Zone, which I do. I don't play, like, I know all the hits, but I only play brand new stuff, and I play it and I say it and people can decide. The hard part about that is where it's that balance, how flexible is your audience and what's your assignment when you get there. That's a big challenge. I know, what do you guys say about that? Because go back to your daredevils. I mean, people were like, if you go back to the Larry Levans of the world, they would come in and like, you never even heard the song. It didn't even go with the format, but he put it out anyway.
And he played, yeah.
So you know,
it had a new record and put it on, like for instance, Lace Can't Play Around. When Can't Play Around came out, we were at the Paradise Garage. He played that record about 4 times, back to back, to make sure the time you left that place, that record was in your head.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he did it. You know, they may go in and test the waters, sneak and play around with it and all that type of stuff, and then bang you with it. But it's just anything that is going to be relatively wanted by the public has to be placed and played in consistency.
Yes.
Not to be played, and it's not being put out in the market. And we as artists, we can market all of our stuff as best we can, but it's up to those DJs who have different tastes. Sometimes they don't like the vocals that the vocalists have done, or there's too much singing in the record. With all that singing, they don't have the opportunity to mix their next mix in, because you have some that crash and bang. We're going to this, and then we're in with the next mix. We're going to play, then we're in with the next mix. And some of our best known DJs do that.
Wow.
So the matter of consistency, and again, the passion. And if a DJ has a passion for an artist, they will support that artist. And passion for a particular producer, we'll seek them out. If we have a passion for DJ, we will seek that DJ out.
Yeah.
Right. All facts. Facts.
Yeah, I Eddie said consistency.
Mm.
And it goes back to if on the radio, they continue, right? The DJ continue plays that song, and that's another thing I understand. Like on the regular the rotation of music, I'm like, don't we have any other more music out there?
I love Beyonce. Don't they have a B-side?
Okay, or C or or you know, I love the Beyonce. I love all the other R&Bs, but come on now, we have some other great music out there. You know.
Yes. Well, again, I think it comes down to, if you look at it, they're not there to break music. They're there to play what they anticipate the audience wants to hear, which will keep the public there, which they can now go back to advertising and say, hey, look,
right.
I got X on it. And I think that's a gift and a curse. It's a gift because, hey, we want to hear what we want to hear, but it's a curse because it's very hard for very talented people to break in. It's very talented. So hence you have your YouTubes and your Mixcloud. So you got a thing, but the issue becomes part of it is that most of us don't have a budget or a big enough platform to make sure that that's the play. Okay, so you're Louis Vega. Okay, watch this. So listen to Louis Vega. He might have 400 something people live on a Twitch, but there's millions of people out here. Whereas the radio stations are reaching millions of people, and we a part of it is we don't have the money to drive that marketing. We don't have the platform that's gonna. Anyway.
I would say, platform is just that the gatekeepers who decide what are the records are to be pushed and played are the ones that have to be moved out of the way. So for us, MIJAN has been in this business for almost 25 plus years?
Yeah, 29 years.
29. She's had the opportunity to work with some phenomenal people.
Yes.
Her first record was Slave.
Slave to Love.
Slave to Love. That was her record. Very first record.
Single. Yeah.
Did that with what was the young man's name?
Arnard.
Arnard Allure.
Producing. Yes. I ended up working with MIJAN with 95 North. I was living in Richmond, Virginia. And I was working with Philip Ramirez.
Yes, Philip
at the time, doing background work for him. 95 North contacted him and asked him could he do background vocals on MIJAN's hit All Right.
Yeah.
He was unavailable. So he shared that information with myself, Carla Brown, and Michael Braxton, and we went up to Maryland and recorded that song in a little tiny closet.
Those big results.
Little closet. We were singing our face off, and we just met MIJAN, and we all hit it off like fine wine. By the time we got finished singing that background for her, she turned around, looked at it, and was like, honey! And then following that, we were called back to sing on her hit from 95 North.
Save Your Soul.
Okay now.
So that's just because I'm not sure. I didn't know what y'all talked about prior to me joining in the conversation, but I just want to make sure that when we talk about the music of MIJAN, we talk about not only the backdrop in her history, but how she progressed and just moved on, because she was over here on the East Coast, and the next thing I know, my sister's living in California.
Okay, now. So, I'm sorry.
And traveling the world. You know, we had mutual friends in Italy, Maurizio Clemente. You know, we met him, and we met all of these people. This is at a time when we were all traveling over in Italy. So, you know, her career has been stellar, and for us to basically have this is kind of like our reunion.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, for
Florida.
decades plus, for over 20-something years plus.
Yes.
And we've been trying to say, well, we're going to hang out here, we're going to hang out here.
Yeah.
So happened that she hit me up, we were talking,
Mm-hmm.
opened up, and
Yes.
she's here in New Jersey.
Yes.
Now,
I mean,
okay.
I think it was a month ago.
Uh-huh.
I shared I had this vision, and it just felt so real. And whenever I have visions, they do materialize, right? Manifester. So anyway, I told him I had this vision of me singing All Right, which we've performed it together, you know, like on stage live. And Eddie and Carla and Michael was there, right? At time when we have visions, it can mean like something else, but here we are. Me and Eddie will be singing together. I mean, it may not be there, but we are going to sing together tomorrow.
Fantastic! Wow.
Yeah.
Music,
and you know,
that you've done.
Oh, not a. Did mention to Dan about it seems to hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems to.
Right. Hold on a minute. I want to get to that.
Okay.
I got 1 minute with that. All right. I want you to hang on. It just anyway. I had to kind of put those cornball puns in there. Anyway. Okay. So here's some stuff that I wanted to find out too. I mean, you were on the stage with such big names as Stevie Wonder, Patti LaBelle. You opened up for Martha Wash. I mean, go on and on and on. So what was that experience like working with people of this stature? In terms of anticipation, preparation, nervous, was this a flow, a go? I mean, just talk to us about that scenario.
Wow. Worked with Patti LaBelle. It was significant. It was awesome. It was something that I visioned a long time ago.
Okay.
I even visioned myself opening up for the great Houston. And I said the gift that I had, I deserved to be on stage with those people.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I said the gift that I'm right there with you, you know. The one thing, performing along with Stevie Wonder, I was his assistant singer through the Agape International Spiritual Choir. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, not the entire choir, but it's a small ensemble that we have at the Agape International Spiritual Center.
Okay.
And when I did that with Stevie Wonder, it was one of the most profound performances I must say that I assisted with, because a fundraiser for the blind. And so this beautiful blind who was dancing came on, and I wasn't expecting that. And I said, well, that I'm a part of this, you know. With singing with Patti LaBelle, Carmen was there. This was, yeah. And it's interesting how people, how the relationship, you know, not even a relationship, but just, you know, how people can have an, but I always look at the other artists, you know, performance wise, and I says, yeah, that's me. I deserve that.
Okay.
I deserve to be there. I put in my work.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
This. I'm an aspiring artist, and I've heard you say vision. I've heard you say putting in the work. Any other tips to take me from singing in my bedroom in the mirror with a brush to
right. Well, the thing is, charge my phone. The thing, it's working out right now, in which I've always had this. I've always believed in keeping your body in the best shape that you can. Can't go around eating a whole bunch of junk food, which I
Oh
know
my goodness, you lost me. Anyway,
real quick.
no, I'm talking about. I love junk food. That's what I mean.
Oh,
There goes my singing career.
okay. I mean, you can indulge in it, but not indulge in it. And this goes out to the DJs too. I mean, you can't sit there and eat just junk food all day, not getting enough sleep. I can't tell you the things. Okay, so I work out. I do boxing as my fitness. I do swimming as my fitness. I go to the high oxygen chamber 2 times a month, and I get my gosh, what do you call it? I do the oh my gosh, I do the as far as with the shooting of the vitamins,
Okay.
I get my vitamin shots. I don't take the pill because it takes too long to digest. I want something you want something to get in your bloodstream right away, right? Especially if you have a high energy. I'm still energetic.
Okay.
All this energy, and it's probably because of those things, definitely because of the workout that I do. And I'm pretty intense. So, and I love dancing. I want to keep dancing until I can't dance no more.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I never talk about this, but just my closest friends know I have arthritis in my right upper thigh. Whoever has arthritis, they know it's excruciating. It's very painful. But I deal with, and I can't tell you the countless time my doctor said, "Oh, you may need an operation." First of all, I'm not getting down with nobody's operation. I'm not.
I hear you. I hear you.
Not cutting me up and trying to act like you're going to fix a nerve. Really, it's no such thing. People out there, there's no such thing in fixing a nerve. So don't let them trick. It's all about their dollars in their pockets, and I'm not into all that. This is my body. This is my womb and all that other stuff. These are my veins. Just do it the natural way. It may take work, but don't be lazy. I'm not into Botox, and I don't cut people down for doing Botox, getting new breast, chest, whatever, buttocks and all that. No, just go to the gym. Just go do it the old-fashioned way, and I guarantee you, your body, because listen, the cells regenerate and heal on itself, but you got to push it. It's like a car. Once the car ages, you got to keep up with the oil change and this and that, and putting in new tubes or whatever to keep your car running. That's our bodies. We have to do the same thing, right, Eddie? Eddie, look all fabulous. I don't see a wrinkle on this man here, that part. So, and look at Dan, you looking fabulous too.
It's Botox. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Anyway.
Body. Don't do the cigarettes. Don't do, if you drink occasionally or whatever, But listen, it's really about keeping your temple so good, so correct, and it helps out the mental. It does help out the mental. You working out and stuff, it keeps you away from these vampires and things of that nature, So that's how I keep myself. Okay, babe. And also with the singers, I believe us singers should not just sing in one genre. Singing hip hop, like I was telling you earlier, Dan, before the interview. I going back to school and going classically trained. I never took a lesson in my life. I don't know what it is to have a vocal coach, right? But I wanted to sing. I wanted to see where else my voice can go. And I love opera. I used to I lived in Germany for 4.5 years. And that's where the opera stems from. And I was so amazed by the opera singers and how they use their chest and his vocals. And so after doing that, taking up the classical training, that opened up a lot more possibilities, a lot more gigs, on big stage. And so train classically and also learn to sing in different languages. Learn to sing in Spanish, German, Italiano, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that will help us singers as well to get farther. Not just singing in one genre, but exploring your vocals, exploring all the possibilities, you know, in your life and in your career as well.
Now, do you write also?
I do.
Okay, so now, do you have a preference for writing, performing, or being in the studio? Is there a preference?
Oh, my best work, and I love being in the studio. I love it so much. I do.
Okay.
Especially
Wow.
living. Ad libbing is my, oh my gosh,
Mm.
singing, yeah, recording. I love it. I love it. And I love performing. I love performing as well. So that goes hand in hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how about, let's say, I know you've been in Europe. You mentioned Italy, Germany, and other places. And you've been on these foreign stages and stuff. So, and of course, you perform in the US and you have another stuff coming from the US. So, like, what's the same or what's different? Because you hear so many people, especially DJs, they want to get overseas. They want to get overseas. I don't know. What's the same? What's the difference from your perspective?
As far as
As
performing,
far as, yes, performing, you've been on lots of stages. Um, yeah, performing, let's say, in the US versus performing in Europe. And again, as I said, you have so many DJs I talk to all the time who want to perform overseas. I'm sure there's DJs over there who want to get to America, but we want to go overseas. That's a big thing. So what's the same or what's the difference about performing in Europe versus, say, the US? Okay. Okay. That's okay.
well, the for me, for what I've experienced and what I hear from other singers, we appreciate it more. We appreciate it more, even in doing business,
Mm,
right? Doing business over there, it's a lot more respectable. And I'm a woman. I recall when my record All Right came about, and I started performing over in Italy, Alitalia.
mm-hmm,
The respect there is so respected, and mind you, this industry is so male driven, you know.
mm-hmm,
And so it's really putting your foot down as me being a woman, taking me seriously, you
mm-hmm,
know, versus here in the US, we may not have a manager, or it's so saturated already to
mm-hmm,
where, going back to the radio thing, they just in heavy rotation of just a small group of people, you
mm-hmm,
know, that they want to listen to. But I love being overseas because I'm definitely appreciated. Definitely appreciated. They take my craft very seriously. You know, there's no BS. Here it's just, I don't know, it's too much hustle. Everybody want to somewhat come over you and get over on you, you know. Although when I sing at church or do like Black History Month, I'm
mm-hmm,
singing um, Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is the famous Negro national anthem, right? It's our anthem.
mm-hmm,
I'm respected. They respect the contract that I portray. So I think it really depends what business sector that you're performing in. Like the schools, the schools will give you the contract and pay you,
okay.
right? Versus if it's an individual, I don't know, person that wants to hire you, I don't know, like promoter. The blessing is I haven't experienced much at all, any negativity when it comes down to booking me.
Mm-hmm,
However, I just would like some of my people to be more professional, you
mm-hmm,
know, with the business aspect. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
because I find that that lacks compared to a European. That doesn't lack with me at all when the business part comes. When they want to hire you, you're
okay.
hired, you do your contract, you have your tracks and everything ready, you know. And not saying all venues here in the US is unprofessional, which is not. but if it can be more professionalized, and more appreciating,
Okay.
appreciating the work, because I put in a lot of work to keep my vocals going, to keep this engine going.
Okay. All right.
I do a lot of work. I put in money,
Mhm.
yeah.
And how about there's two parts to this. How about the performance and the being in front of people, the audiences here versus there, and also too, if I can stick California in there, the same or difference from here in California. So the first part of the question is the audience reaction, say in Europe versus US, and then also in terms of the same or difference in California versus here.
You know what? The audience reactions is the same.
Okay.
Yeah, the audience reactions, they love it. They enjoy me. They get a healing. And that's what I want to hear. Whether
Uh-huh.
it's dance house music or singing the Black National Anthem,
Mhm.
or just backing someone up, or but mainly lead singing, they love it. They say, oh my gosh.
Mhm.
For those who doesn't know my background with dance house music, they think I just came on board. They're like, where have you been? I said, oh, I've been around. Just go to my website,
Mhm.
MIJANOwens.org, go there and you'll see that I've been around for a minute. And so, yeah, so I get the reaction, but more now I'm seeing, especially because I'm one of the main singers at Agape International Spiritual Center,
Mhm.
I get some beautiful feedback. It's
Mhm.
healing, you know.
Mhm.
So when someone says to me, oh my gosh, you just healed me today, I'm like, yes, I
Mhm.
did what I came to do, you know.
Right. Right. Fantastic. Now, do you write for others or just for yourself?
Oh no, I write for other people as well. I
Okay.
get quite a few tracks and stuff per week
Mhm.
for collaborating. And I don't
Oh.
mind collaborating. I love collaborations.
Mhm.
Just the music is good.
Yeah. Hey. Hey. Now,
Yeah.
you also ran a voice school. Now, what inspired that? And talk to us about that for a minute. And are you?
I think this was like maybe 7 years ago.
Mhm.
This was in Italy, matter of fact, in Rome. A dear friend, producer friend of mine, he owns Goody Music. His name is Claudio Donato.
Mhm.
Claudio asked me to teach vocals, So I
Mhm.
was like, oh, okay. Vocals in the different genres of music. So that's gospel, spiritual, jazz, you know,
Mhm.
house, according to like dance house music. Because you have a lot of singers out there, a lot of Europeans that let's just put it out there, that love Black music. And they
Mhm.
want to sing. They want to know how they can vibrate as well. And
Mhm.
so that's how that came along. And so I've gone ahead and was teaching, like a little bit of vocals there.
Okay.
And as I would do here, I have people all the time ask me, do I do vocal training?
Mhm.
Now, my
Okay.
vocal training, I really consist of, I don't know if it's called vocal training, but it's called like how to keep your stamina while singing on stage.
Okay. That's cool.
So, yeah. So I really like teaching the artists who already have a career going and who wants to sing on stage, and how to keep that energy going while bringing forth your vocals, because it does take work. It does take,
Mhm.
yeah.
Right.
So if I do that with an artist, that training will consist of really some exercise, like wow,
Okay.
la 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 la. That would take definitely breathing, but you're jumping up and down while you're doing that. It's not
Oh,
just
really?
standing, la, la, la,
Yeah.
showing you how to poke out your chest, like how the classical and opera singers do it. But
Mm.
it's all in breathtaking. So that's why I recommend for us artists to really do the work in exercising, you
Mhm.
know. for DJs, you know, a lot of the male DJs, I can see a lot of them like David Morales, honey. I know I know he works out. He works. I see it, you know, and I love it. So
yeah, so you almost have to. I would say artist slash athlete, DJ slash athletes, whatever. Do so.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, getting any type of exercise in it, even doing a hula hoop. I love the hula hoop. I do that. I roller skate too. I practically do everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
That's what's youthful. I don't, it's not I'm not obsessed with staying youthful. It's just being healthy and maintaining, you know?
Right. Now, what's on the horizon for you? Now, before you answer, you just had a new track that went straight to the top on Traxsource. What can we expect from you? Tell us about that, what happened, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then what can we expect from you going forward? What's on the horizon?
Wow. I've been asked to do quite a few collaborations. So I'll be collaborating with a few of some DJs. What's on the horizon for me right now is I'm inventing something right now, which has nothing to do with music.
Okay, all right.
In invention and making money while I sleep.
Okay,
So
now.
yes, I'm doing that. I will be performing overseas a little bit there during the summertime. And I'm definitely going to be appearing at the 51st Liberty Festival, which is in London, UK in August.
Ooh, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1. Excuse me.
Yes, so
that's a big deal.
Amongst all of you all beautiful DJs, you know, top DJs, and hopefully some other artists. So yeah, but in traveling, is it? Yeah.
Any final thoughts that you would like to share, highlight, or make sure that we walk away from this conversation?
Yes. Just stay positive, stay true to yourself. The main thing is to really know what you want this planet to do. Don't think about you don't have money. That's BS.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's all BS because I'm not rich when it comes down to finances, but I'm rich with my gift, honey.
Gotcha.
If you, with your gifts, and you can have more than one gift, right?
Okay.
It will work for you. And just plant the seed on being in the midst of great beings. I have wealthy to mid-wealthy or whatever you want to call it. As far as finances go, yes, these people are very financially fit, but however, it's their hearts, you know, that counts. They're also givers, and their energy is so good and so beautiful. And that's what carries me. So you want to be in the midst of good, energetic beings, right? Whether they're Christians or spiritual people, I don't care. And I don't, and I don't go off of titles. I don't care about your title. My thing, where's your heart? What's your organs doing, honey? What is it? Is it giving life or is it giving death, honey? Because if it's then that means that I can take that, I can feed off of that and continue doing what I'm supposed to do on the planet, right? Whatever that is. So that's what I want to give and leave for the people. Don't let money be your cutoff. No. If you continue to being in the light, right? Which is right. Continue being in the light. You would actually you would gravitate great people, great beings to you that will come and be a support of what you're supposed to be doing or what you want to do, you know? So during the manifestation and saying, this is what I want, this is what I want to do, don't think about what can hinder you, like having money. Because again, money is not it. It's bringing in the fabulous, the energetic, great beings that will come along and take you there. So that's what I'm going to leave with you all today.
Okay. If people want to support you, follow you, keep up with you, and also you have some performances come up, please tell us.
Yes. They can follow me on my IG, MIJAN Owens.
Spell it, please.
Yeah,
spell it. MIJAN.
Yes, M as in Mary, IJAN.
Mm-hmm.
Owens, OWENS.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Facebook and IG under Powerhouse Diva. All in word. POWERHOUSEDI, V as in Victor A.
Oh, wow. Hey, listen, this has been a joy and a pleasure. And you know, not only from the standpoint of meeting you, plus from the standpoint of giving some real life jewels.
Yes.
And you know, you talk about vision, you talk about put the work in, you're talking about being you, you're talking about follow your passion. Hey, you know, money's not the last word. And it's the people you surround yourself with. Oh, so I'm hearing all. I mean, you dropped a lot of jewels here. So wow, yeah. I just want to.
Yeah. It's keeping it real. It's my experience. It's my experience saying that part.
Well, MIJAN, I just want to say thank you so much again for coming out and sharing with us. I want to thank Eddie for connecting us. Hey, I hope we're going to talk again at some point. Just continued blessings. All right. Well, hey, it's like this for now. We're down to the wire here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dan Soulful Hot Station. I'm coming to you live from the 8th floor. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
All right. All right. Be ready.
Thank you so much.
Dan. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure. Take care now. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Get ready. Get ready.
That information there. We're going to go back now, and we're going to go into the Shazam Free Zone. We're going to play some new stuff here. Let's see. Let's just have some fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Dan Soulful Hot Station coming to you live from the 8th floor. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Chuck, start up with the new track.